Okay, so welcome to the second part of this real-time stream analytics with Azure Synapse Analytics. I hope in your case also you're doing the steps with me and your event hub is created with the name telemetry, which is having read and write policies, which you have done by following the previous video. You have a stream analytics job which is also deployed. It's not started right now. We need to configure input, output, query kind of configuration here. And then we have our dedicated SQL pull, which is also there, but this is not having any tables right now inside this. So now I want to start configuration of all three things. I'm going to work with this side by side. So make sure you're also going to do the similar kind of things. First, I'm going into my dedicated SQL pull where I have tables, and I'm going to click on the three dots. I'm going to create a new SQL script, and then I'm going to say I want to create a new table with this actually. I want to configure new table kind of option here. Now this create a table kind of query which is generated. I want to change this. I want to create a table with my kind of configuration. So what I'm specifying here is actually very much similar to this. Let me put my query. I'm trying to create a new table with the name vehicle averages. I want to store some vehicle averages details from the vehicle telemetry, and then the columns of this tables are going to be average engine temperature, average speed, and snapshot. From where I'm going to store these things, we'll see that thing, but this is the first step that I want to create this table. So let me run this query. The query executed successfully within few seconds, or no? No, it's actually showing me error because by mistake I selected this while explaining. Sorry for the inconvenience. Let me run the query now. Yep, it's executed within 2 seconds successfully. And if I refresh this table section, I should have this new table. As of now, this table is not having any data inside this, but yes, the data should be coming into this table from Stream Analytics job. Let me go to my Stream Analytics job right now. Inside the Stream Analytics job, the first thing which we need to do is we need to configure the storage account setting. Every Stream Analytics job is going to need a storage account to store the temporary data. I'm going to choose my existing storage account from my subscription. So I'm selecting my subscription, selecting the storage account, which is Maruti Gen 2 storage. This is the same storage which I've associated with my Synapse. And then it's going to do the authentication mode by connection string. We are fine with that. I'm going to click on save. This is a one-time setting which you have to do in Stream Analytics job. So once this is saved, you can configure your input output, which is exactly about this. This is saved successfully. I'll click on inputs. And my Stream Analytics job can have three kind of inputs. It can be either Event Hub or IoT Hub, or maybe a Gen 2 kind of storage account can also be having some stream data, batch stream data, which I can take it. I'm going to choose Event Hub because we already have an Event Hub configured for us. Name of this input alias, we can give anything. I'm giving name straightforward and simple like Event Hub. Which Event Hub namespace, which Event Hub we are going to use is already coming in the dropdown because this is the only Event Hub I have in my subscription. How I'm going to associate with that? Well, I'm saying that the authentication mode is going to be connection string. And I'm specifying that I'm going to use my existing connection string, which is read. You can see the read and write policy which we have created, both are coming here. We are going to specify read because Stream Analytics job is going to read events from Event Hub. So this is correct. I do not want to specify and change anything in the partition key or formats and all these things. I'm going to click on save, and this is going to be input of my Stream Analytics job. Technically, the connection between Stream Analytics job and Event Hub is going to be established if this connection is going to be successfully tested. Let's wait for this to be done. Yes, it is successfully tested. So this means the connection is established. Let me click on outputs. Now, unlike input, output is actually having so many options available here. You can store the output of the Stream Analytics job in maybe Cosmos DB or maybe some SQL database, or maybe you can just store this thing in some kind of table or data lake. I am going to say that I'm going to store this thing in my Azure Synapse Analytics because we have already created one table here, vehicle averages, which is going to store that. So I'm going to select Azure Synapse Analytics. The output name, I can give any meaningful names. I'm giving Synapse because I'm going to store this thing in Synapse. My dedicated SQL pull is detected. Authentication mode is going to be SQL Server authentication. I have to provide my username and my password for that dedicated SQL pull. And then I have to provide my table name. The table which I'm going to use here is the one which I've created in the previous step. So I'm just putting vehicle averages table here. If everything is fine, the moment I click on save, this connection is also going to show me successfully tested. And let's wait for this to be done. Yes, successful connection test is done. Hey guys, sorry for interruption. My name is Maruti and I'm here to make a very important announcement. I hope you are liking our videos and you're doing a continuous learning with us on an Azure Cloud and AI related topics. If you are enjoying this thing, I'm going to announce skilltech.club, which is our upcoming website, which is going to be launched very soon. We are here to tell you one thing, that everyone who is a subscriber of this particular channel will get Azure Cloud and Azure AI related certification courses free of cost in skilltech.club. So you will be a part of the skilltech.club kind of a membership automatically free of cost. And everyone who's a subscriber of this particular channel will get those benefits which are available in that. So what are you waiting for? I request you to please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and families if they are also interested in Azure Cloud and AI learning. That's it from my side. Now you can carry on with your learning. Thank you. If this is done, then it means that the connection of the Stream Analytics job as an input with Event Hub and as an output with Synapse is actually successfully established. This is successfully tested. This is also successfully tested. And this means that if these connections are done, the only remaining thing is how you're going to apply some kind of data preparations on the Synapse Analytics using your query. Let me show you the query now. So inside the Stream Analytics jobs, I'm going to click on query. This query is going to be based on the input and output which you have configured. My input is my Event Hub. My output is actually my Synapse. So let me write some meaningful query here. My query which I'm going to put here is something like this. Have a look at this query. It's very interesting. I have a query which is actually showing me that we are going to associate with vehicle averages. Now this vehicle averages is actually going to be my configuration which I'm specifying here. And then we are specifying that we are going to select engine temperature and speed averages, and then with the timestamp associated with that. So these are the same three columns. If you specify, if you check, this is the one. So these are the same three columns which we have created inside our table, and we are trying to gather the similar kind of data. There are chances my Event Hub is actually having so many columns inside this. Maybe 15-20 columns are going to be there with lots of records, but I'm going to focus only on these three columns right now, and that's what we are trying to get from the Event Hub by the timestamp. I also want to reduce number of records. So maybe my events are having hundreds and thousands of events per second, but I'm going to get a tumbling window of 2 minutes actually. So whatever data we are receiving for the 2 minutes of time window, we are going to just take an average of those 2 minutes of thousands of records, and we are going to store one record from that. So it's like from the Event Hub sides, I'm going to get thousands of records, but in the Synapse, I'm not going to store all thousands of records. I'm just going to take a window of 2 minutes, and every 2 minutes, I'm going to store only one record, which is going to be the average of those thousands of records. This is what my logic is for data preparation. You can put your logic and you can change it accordingly. After this, the final statement is going to do the insert part. So it's going to select all the things, and it's going to select everything from vehicle averages, which is defined on the top, and it's going to insert into Synapse, which is going to be my table which I have specified there. This query is straightforward and simple. You make sure that when you are going to write this query, you're going to use your alias name Event Hub and your alias name Synapse, which you have defined in the input and output. And using that, this is what the query is. Let me click on Save Query. Within few seconds, this query will be saved. And if the query is saved, the final thing which we have to do is we have to check whether our Stream Analytics job is running successfully or not. Because if input, output, and query, if all three are configured, then you can just run your Stream Analytics job. Let me click on Overview tab, and then I'm going to click on Start. This is asking me, do you want to start this job? Then you need to add an input. Well, I think I have already added input. Yep, Event Hub kind of input is already there. I think it is not detected. Let me try to start once again. Okay, it's not detecting that. Let me refresh this. Maybe my input is not detected. This is a common issue of Stream Analytics jobs. Don't worry. You maybe need to refresh sometime. Let me see. Input is there, and yeah, it is connected. Output is also there. Yes, and that is also connected. Let me try one last time to start my job. Yeah, this time it's giving me a pop-up that I can start my streaming job. I'm going to click on start. It's showing me starting streaming job. Now this process can take approximately 2 minutes of time to start the streaming job. But remember guys, once the streaming job is started, this is going to continuously listen for the events from Event Hub. And we do not have any kind of source right now, which is actually going to put some data in the Event Hub. So if I focus on the architecture right now, Stream Analytics job is going to listen from Event Hub. But the question is, from where the Event Hub is going to get data? Well, that application is something which we are going to set up right now, which is the last and final step of this thing. So let me go to my existing application, which is actually generating some event data. And let me show you how I can associate this with my event hubs. I'm going into this write policy, and inside the write policy, we have one connection string. Using this connection string, any application can actually send data to this particular event hub. I'm going to copy this connection string primary key from write operations of this particular telemetry event hub. And then somewhere in my computer, I have one folder which is actually an application, which is a sample application of Microsoft. You can see I have a transaction generator kind of a sample application which is developed by Microsoft. It's one of the official Azure sample which can generate hundreds of events per second. I'm going inside this and I'm trying to find out one particular file which is actually app settings.json. This app settings file, if I open in Notepad, this is going to look for which event hub I want to associate with this. This URL, I'm just putting my mtehns URL. So this is the full connection string which I copied from that, and I'm pasting it here inside the app settings of this application. This means that this application is going to continuously write data into this event hub telemetry which we have created. I'm going to close this configuration, and now before I start this application, I just want to cross check one last thing. Now let me just check my Stream Analytics job is started successfully. If this is started, it's a good time to start our transaction generator application, which will start sending data into the event hub. Let me do this thing. This is the last and final step of this particular sample. I'm scrolling down to this transaction generator application. Guys, this transaction generator application is shared with you also. Exactly in the next resource of this particular video, you will find this thing in this. So you can just go to this transaction generator sample application. You can extract it. You'll get the same app settings file and this application exe. I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to say run as administrator. This is going to start executing my application here, and what this is going to do is every second is going to send hundreds of events into my event hub. If the successful connection is established, this is going to show me that event tracing information here. Otherwise, it's going to show me some error. You can see right now it's showing me that initially they have started sending events with almost 62 writes per second. So it's like 62 events are getting written into that. This rate of transfer is going to increase based on the time actually. So now it is increased to 87 writes per second. And by the time I'm explaining this thing, it's actually like more than 1,500 events are already sent into this one. Now this application, I have to keep it running, because if this is continuously running, then this is going to send data to my event hub. And this event hub is going to receive that data because the write operation is already connected with that console application. Then event hub is not going to store it. Event hub is going to transfer the data to my Stream Analytics job. Stream Analytics job is continuously running. So it is going to take the data, and based on the tumbling window kind of query, this is going to retrieve the data, and then it's going to do the data preparation on that. Once that final data preparation is done, I should receive the data into my table, which is dbo.vehicle averages. This is a place where I have to wait for at least minimum 2 minutes so that I can get at least 1 or 2 records in this. Because of the tumbling window, number of records will be reduced, and you can see right now almost 4,500 events are actually sent. This is one application which can send thousands of events to that event hub. Let me check this raw data right now, because if 5,000 events are already sent, let me go to my Stream Analytics job. I'm going to click on this query section. In this query section, exactly below the query section, we have a section which is actually going to show you the raw data. So you can see that we have something like input preview kind of thing. Whatever data which is coming into the Stream Analytics job will be visible here. It's taking time refreshing the data, but yeah, if I'm receiving data, that will be visible here. You can see it's there. I have some columns like wind, city, region, outside temperature. So many columns are there. So many records are actually coming into this one. And all this data is actually nothing but my raw data, which is coming from my Event Hub. You can check the raw format of this also. It's pure JSON with the key value pair. But so many columns are actually getting generated from my transaction generator application, which is sent to Event Hub, and Event Hub is sending this thing to this particular Stream Analytics job. Now, because of my tumbling window, if I got some kind of a reduced number of records from this, those records are going to be inserted into my Synapse. So the final thing which I have to check is I have to go to my Synapse Analytics, and here for this dbo.vehicle averages, I'm going to say I want to select top 100 rows. It's not going to give me 100 records right now, but at least if I have few records, then it means that this is successfully working. I'm not having any records right now initially. Let's wait for some time and then I'm going to execute this query. If you wait for some more time, you will get more records here. I'm not having any records here. I'll wait for some time, at least for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to see if I'm getting my first record in that or not. Okay, let's wait for a few more minutes. Okay, as you can see, I have waited for some time, and now if I click on that run, it's showing me that query is executing and it's going to give me some records here. So I'm getting 3 records right now. Obviously, if I can wait for a few more minutes, I can get few more records. For every 2 minutes of tumbling window, I'm going to have 1 record here. It's showing me my average engine temperature, average speed kind of thing. Obviously, once I receive a data inside this table, I can click on chart section. I can get my charts, which can be a bar chart or column chart kind of things, and then I can get some more details about this thing, or maybe I can generate some reports also from this. So this is how it is. We have done an end-to-end data analytics. We have started from that application to Event Hub to Stream Analytics job, and now finally we have a structured and much more meaningful data which is stored inside our Synapse dedicated SQL pool. I hope you understood this full sample, and all the resource files are available exactly after this video, so just please go through that thing. I also want to share that if you're getting some issues in this, don't worry. You know that we have a team of mentors who can help you. Just feel free to connect with us. Thank you.